Hey, what's up, guys? We're in front of the IDW Publishing booth, and tell us a little bit about what you guys do here.
Well, my name is Chris Ryle. I'm the editor-in-chief and the chief creative officer at IDW, so I sort of oversee all of our publishing efforts. And those include doing things like licensed books based on properties like Godzilla, Ninja Turtles, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Star Trek, on and on like that. We also do an array of creator-owned books, which is where creators bring us a project that they develop independently of anything else.
Right.
Our biggest of which is Locke and Key, and I'm here with Gabriel, who is the artist of Locke and Key.
Okay, Gabriel, well, talk to us a little bit about Locke and Key.
Yeah, well, Locke and Key, it's a book we've been developed with the author Joe Hill for more than 4 years so far, and we're going to finish it next year. So we've been working with IDW, which has been a pleasure. And we've had this enormous success with the book that has really surprised us. So we're very excited to be here in Comic-Con sharing with our readers for a moment, because I'm from Chile, South America, so this is my only chance of the year to come here and say thank you, readers, for supporting our books and for supporting the amazing work that IDW has been doing.
Absolutely. And you know, you said you're from Chile, and it's so international, you know, coming here. So how is it for you to represent Chile in this big industry?
No, for me it's great. For me it's great. It's a lifetime opportunity, the one I had, and working with these people, which is, in my opinion, the nicest and more professional and caring staff in the market, it's awesome. For me, it's been a tremendous experience, and I really enjoy every time I came here. This is my third San Diego Comic-Con, and as always, it's an absolute pleasure to be here.
Awesome.
Lots of fun.
What was your inspiration with Locke and Key?
Locke and Key, we've been creating the story that's about a family that suffered a terrible tragedy, and then they have to move to a haunted house that has these magic keys hidden all around with its strange powers, and also there's this evil entity, Dodge, that's pursuing this family, looking for the most powerful keys of them all. So with Joe, what we've been trying to do is to pay homage to a lot of horror stuff that we love from our childhood readings, but also creating it with a new refreshing view and taking a lot of care of the characters we're creating. For us, the most important thing for a fantasy or horror story to work is to make reliable characters that the reader can understand and feel fond of. So that's what we've been doing, and so far it's been a tremendous pleasure.
Okay, cool. Now, you talked about staying true to the characters.
Yeah.
What's one of the characters that is the most popular that you get a huge response from the fans?
Well, our four main characters are all very popular. There's three kids. There's Tyler, the older brother, an 18-year-old boy, which is very grim and feel guilty because of the death of his father. He feels his responsibility, so he has to carry the burden. Right. Then is his sister Quince, a 15-year-old girl, which has trying to overcome this trauma using one of those magic keys to remove fear from herself. So she became this risky daredevil that faces every possible danger without no regrets at all, and has been incredibly fun to draw. And the other is little Bodhi, the youngest brother, a 7-year-old kid that's absolutely delightful. People loved it. And we're keeping a very special place for him in the end of the story. So it's the three kids and our villain, Dodge, which is one of the meanest and also the most charming villains we've ever seen in comics. So it's a tremendous pleasure to work with that character, and readers have been responding very well to him.
Any exclusive, anything exclusive you want to share with the fans right now?
The only exclusive is that the final 7 issues of Locke and Key that will begin by the end of this year and early next one are going to be really tough and scary. Characters are going to suffer a lot, so be there to hang for them and to support them, because it's going to be a terrible ending, and you have to be ready for anything to happen. There's no one safe in the Locke and Key universe.
Very good. That's a very good exclusive. Thank you so much.
No, thanks to you.
And maybe someday it'll become a movie. You know, you never know. Everything is being turned into a film.
There has been lots of interest in Locke and Key. It was this TV project that failed last year, but maybe, who knows? The door's still open, and there's lots of interest, and there's still lots of support for the book. So we're very happy and excited, because it's become something that has grown beyond our wildest expectations. So we're very happy with it.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks to you.
And switching over to Chris, how great is it to be one of the top publishing companies out there?
You know, wherever we fit, whatever month, you know, whether we're 3, 4, or 5, I'm just happy that, you know, people like our stuff, that they support our stuff, and it's great to be able to be here and, you know, see that support and hear from them directly and find out what they like, what they don't like, let them meet creators. It's also great for me to be able to see creators like Gabriel, who I can't see all that often because of the geographical differences. So all of those things just make Comic-Con a really special thing for me.
Right, and we talked about the publishing and how to acquire, you know, kind of like the Ninja Turtles that you guys had, you know, that register. How long does it take for you guys to own something like that?
You know, it varies on the property. Years ago, one of the very first projects we ever did that was a licensed book was CSI, which is where we first met Gabriel, where he first started working for us, which is probably about 10 years ago. And then we signed Transformers in about 2005, and that one took a little while because at that point we were a small publisher, only did a number of titles. So you sort of go through this proving ground of showing why we could take on this massive worldwide brand, you know, even being a small publisher rather than going to one of the top publishers.
Right.
And over the course of the last 7 years, I think we've really proven that we can do that well. So now in a lot of cases, we have the luxury of some people approach us, like what we've done with things like Godzilla, Star Trek, and what have you, and they're bringing their property in front of us. So it's made it a lot easier, you know.
Right.
Success sort of breeds more success, or at least more interest.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys got incredible over the years, and that's been huge for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I say, we started very small. My first week on the job in 2004 was Comic-Con week, and it was just this crazy trial by fire of, you know, all of this going on around you on my very first week.
Pandemonium, right?
Yeah, so you sort of get your legs under you and figure out what you're doing, and I think the company's been that way too. And now, you know, I think we're very able to do very good things with licenses. So we like to have a nice mix of licensed properties and creator-owned books and sort of give people all kinds of different, you know, whatever variety they might want outside of the superhero world.
Right. And speaking of that, what's been something that's been outside of the hero world that's been pretty popular recently?
For us specifically?
Right.
You know, we relaunched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles about a year ago, and it was a book that's been around for 20-some years, and it's gone through various iterations, so we didn't know if there'd still be a rabid fan base for it, but one of the creators on the book, artist Kevin Eastman, is back involved with us, and the book has just blown away our expectations, and the fans every month seem more and more eager for it, and it's grown beyond what we ever thought it was going to be, so those are the kind of things that are very gratifying. Locke and Key was another, like Gabriel spoke, that started out small. Fox optioned it, made a pilot out of it, and it got very close to getting on the fall schedule last year. Didn't happen, but just to see this little thing that we all developed, just the three of us, or just, you know, within the company, to have it become something that now has that kind of outreach and exposure has been great.
Absolutely. And are you guys going to continue to push for a show for Locke and Key?
Well, there's always different options when you do, you know, when any of these properties. There's always interest in movies, TV, video games, whatever makes the most sense and whatever is the best sort of take on that property. So I think we will look to develop in whatever way that makes the most sense,
right.
And whoever really has the best vision for it, you know, along with us. So
right, okay. And anything that's been moving to you guys as far as the response from the fans, something that they really want to see that you guys are working towards in the future?
Well, I can tell you something they really are excited about that we just announced a couple days ago is, and it was crazy, we announced we're doing My Little Pony comics.
Yeah, I just saw that poster board.
Which isn't at all the typical sort of Comic-Con fan property, you know. We do a lot of things that are darker,
right,
or action-packed, you know, Star Trek and Transformers and Godzilla. But there's a gigantic audience for ponies, you know, at the show and beyond. So little kids are, I have a 6-year-old girl who's very happy. There's 25-year-old guys who are really happy. So
and there's 27-year-old girls that are really happy, like myself, who grew up with My Little Pony.
It's just one that seems like it's going to reach far beyond where it was originally aimed, which is great. I mean, that's really the goal of all this stuff.
Well, there you go. That's a pretty big exclusive. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And anything else in the future you want to share? Maybe a sneak peek or anything?
Well, we're doing Judge Dredd this November too, and Judge Dredd is a very big property in the UK. You know, it's been around 35 years, and there's a new movie coming out this fall with Carl Urban playing Judge Dredd. So in the UK, it's certainly got a big following. Here, it's still finding a foothold with some fans.
Right.
So we're excited to be able to reintroduce it to new fans and you know, just focus people in on this character that's been around for a long time but maybe isn't that familiar.
Right, and bring it to the US and just like make it explode, right?
Yeah, certainly.
All right, well, thank you so much, Chris, again.
No problem.
And make sure you guys continue to check out IDW, and we have a lot more coming up on Comic Five.